Hey, everyone. We're looking at the loudest voice of the week. This week, Bassem Youssef. We saw that he went on a interview with Theo Von. Theo Von is one of those podcasters. If you guys know this guy, he's been slowly momenting his way into the Free Palestine arena. Sometimes it takes people a little longer than others, and that's fine for whatever reason. If it took you 2 years to figure it out, it took you 3 years to figure it out, fine. But you figured it out. And Bassem Youssef goes on to tell Theo Von, and he's got a pretty massive following. So this is a good education where he's able to go through the Zionist lies bit by bit and educate not just Theo Von, but you're educating his audience on how the lies work and what to look for. So this is what we call when we give people tools to use when they're going into battle. When you're getting attacked, verbally attacked by a Zionist, or you're in the middle of like a public situation and something like this. These are techniques you can use. So it's very good that he did this. Let's watch. This is like a 4-minute or less situation, so we'll watch it play out. I'll stop it if anything comes up, but just take mental notes yourself. But these are the good moments that we utilize this medium for podcasting. A lot of people watching, obviously a lot more people watching Theo Von's show, which is good. So take it away, Bassem.
Important thing about October 7th, which I find there is like a big failure of the American media. When October 7th happened, everybody was talking about raping women, decapitating children, putting women in oven. Even Antony Blinken, the Secretary of State, he went into Congress and he described this scene about Hamas militants going into a house, raping the woman, blinding the father, cutting the limb of a child, cutting a finger of another child, and then cutting the chest, the breast of a woman and playing football with it and raping it. And I said, wait a minute. How is this happening during war?
It's the same question I had. I swear to God, I was thinking the same thing. This doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. What kind of situation are you hang gliding your way over a wall, landing, doing a quick operation that was pre-planned, that was thought through? When does all this take place? And then he's going to expand. This is good. Talk about the Israeli defense system that they have in place, that they're supposed to have in place. So where was that? So these are the questions we should have had immediately on October 7th. Like literally that weekend, we should have been asking these questions. So go ahead.
Where are the Israeli Apache fighters? Where are the response? Because, I understand how big is Israel. Israel is like as small as New Jersey. And in that area of New Jersey, there is you see it. It's almost there.
It's the same.
Yeah, almost there. Yes, a little bit. And you understand. Israel has airfields and military camps in every 5 seconds. It's like Starbucks in New York.
Yeah.
The response should be less than 5 minutes.
Yeah.
It took them 8 hours.
Yeah, I need a Venti missile.
Now, that testimony that I just gave you by Antony Blinken came out to be wrong. So he went and gave that graphic detail in order to bring money, to get money to be sent to Israel.
I like how he uses the word wrong. It's very nice. It's very careful, but we know what he means. He means it was a lie. It was a deliberate, bald-faced lie. That's what it was. It's also wrong, but it's a lie. So let's be clear. But yes, to get money. Exactly, to get money. Perfect.
These testimonies came out to be untrue, false, fabricated, because they were promoted by rescue groups in Israel. They're called Zaka and Hezbollah United. Zaka, Z-A-K-A. Zaka is a group that has been known to be lying. They fabricated babies in oven, babies in laundry line. Israeli media artists, Channel 12, they said that these people have lied to us and they have collected so much money because of the graphic details. And you understand, these are lies that has been repeated by Biden, Antony Blinken, the State Department, in order to justify the absolute maximum killing of Israel to Palestine. So this was made on a lie.
So it's propaganda, yeah.
It's propaganda. Because, I'm not going to tell you they killed 1 million people. They raped women. They decapitated babies. That have a much more stronger effect. Because what a baby could do to you.
Baby could do nothing.
And then
climb up your leg a little.
You decapitate him? You must be a monster. So now these are monster death cult worshippers that we can kill and we can bomb everybody. You see that?
So it's a perspective.
Yeah, that's called manufacturing consent. False flag operation, manufactured consent, using the emotions of people against you. You guys all know where you were. Do you remember where you were after October 7th that weekend? I remember where I was. Well, Leslie and I were in Mexico, but we came back. We had a producers function here in LA. And I remember we were talking about a documentary, and it was an anti-war documentary, actually, about Ukraine. Actually, that was what we were talking about in this producer guild meeting. And then afterwards we're talking about, and October 7th just happened, and there were people in tears going, oh my God, what just happened? And I remember thinking, oh my God, okay, let's just take time out. Let's take a breath. And there were people they were so angry. They go, I was with you with the Ukraine thing, but now what are you saying? I'm saying that there's something wrong here. It's not, you're not getting all the information. I'm telling you, you're not getting all the information. I promise you, they're all the same. It's the same shit every time. So this is Theo Von having this epiphany now, which is great. But you should really have been concerned about this right away if you know how this works. Noam Chomsky could tell you how this works. He coined the phrase manufacturing consent. That's what yes, that's all propaganda, triggering your emotion, using it against you. But yes, good for Theo for understanding this and his audience getting to hear this.
You're like framing it. And so you're saying, but who's doing that? The Israeli media?
Yeah, the Israeli media. Because all of this, and not just the Israeli, the American media have propagated these stories, and they have never taken back or refuted a single story.
Oh, American media is
even
not good.
And what made me like go crazy? The Israeli made us like, guys, this didn't happen. So this is like the strongest bro code I've ever seen in my life. It's like you're lying for your bro, and your bro's like, dude, that didn't happen. That didn't happen. So America is lying hard for Israel, while Israel itself, the Israeli media say like, guys, that didn't happen. Yeah. All of these lies didn't happen.
Yeah, and they expect us not to know the difference between when Israel is talking to Israelis and they're talking in Hebrew. They can be more candid, and like you said, we're contradicting each other. That's what we're actually doing here. We're contradicting each other because we're kind of sugarcoating it for Western media audience, for American media audience, for European audience. We're sugarcoating this. It's not a genocide, and they just want to get the hostages and October 7th, babies in ovens and all this stuff. Where if you listen closely to the Hebrew, and we have the translations to do so because we don't speak Hebrew, but we have the translations to do so, we can see that they're being directly more honest with their own civilians there. They're telling them that we got to get that we want to get rid of any potential future terrorist that's going to come and burn more or not burn babies, but they're going to come and kill. They want to kill all Israelis, so we're going to kill all of the babies. They're telling us this. Let's kill everybody in Gaza so they don't grow up to be terrorists. And then as far as October 7th goes, they all know about the Hannibal Directive. They know that that's a do whatever it takes to get to the goal. They know these things because it's a different mindset. It's a mindset of we don't have a moral compass. We just have a goal to win. How do you win? By any means necessary. That's how you win. So you can be more honest about it with the people in that mindset, where American audience has to be a little more careful about how you maneuver this good guy versus bad guy theater. So and then those narratives will clash a lot. They'll clash a lot. You have Israelis celebrating rape and rioting, protesting against a rapist being held accountable. They want rapists on the street. So they're very honest about that stuff. Here, it's you gotta spin it. You gotta do the babies in ovens. You can't apologize for it. And then you have to return the hostages. That's it. That's the only thing. That's all they want. all Israel wants is the hostages and nothing else. No, Israelis know what they want. They want the Greater Israel Project. They're very aware of what they want, because that's part of the scripture. That's part of the Zionist philosophy. They want it all, and they're going to tell them. They're just going to do it in Hebrew. That's all. But luckily, Bassem articulated that part well, specifically the lies about October 7th. And so just use these talking points when you can. And Theo Vaughn's audience will certainly be more enlightened because of this. So that's why we're giving Bassem. And I don't know the date this actually happened, but if you guys are seeing it for the first time that we're seeing it, that was this week. And that's why we're giving Bassem Youssef the loudest voice of the week. Okay, let me take a moment to introduce you to our good friends over at World Harvest Food Bank right here in LA. World Harvest has been serving families across Los Angeles for 18 years now, and they started with this simple idea. Everyone deserves access to healthy, affordable food no matter what they're going through. With their Cart with a Heart program, families can walk away with a full cart of groceries, fresh produce, dairy, meat, and pantry supplies for just a $50 contribution. That's for the entire cart. That same cart will cost over $300 at a typical grocery store. At World Harvest, everyone is welcome. They don't ask for income verification, ID, or any paperwork. No. Basically, their doors are open to anyone who's doing their best, but just needs a little extra push to get by. If you're an Angelino like me, you know the times have been tough here. First with all the union strikes, the LA fires, and now the ICE raids going on. It seems like we're living in a constant state of uncertainty. And that's why it's so important to support local charities like World Harvest, because they aren't just helping the community. They're an essential function in its very survival. World Harvest is located at Venice and Arlington. And right now, you can use our special discount code THL20 for 20% off your contribution amount at checkout. And if you're not in the LA area, you can still help out with a $50 donation, which will provide a full cart of food for a family by going to worldharvestfoodbank.org or scan the QR code for more info. Or you can just spread the word. Follow them online. Let people know they're here for them, because at the end of the day, it's about providing choice, access, and relief without barriers. World Harvest Food Bank. End hunger now.